Hello, I'm Ben. Welcome to the channel. So today we're going to talk about something that maybe a lot of people don't talk about in work from day to day, but we're talking about strategic leadership, more around the lack thereof. So the situation is if you work somewhere that has no strategic leadership, it can impact not only the way that you get to do your job or how you see your job, but also can impact the way an organization performs. I'm doing this video today because we're talking about setting up strategic planning for companies. You have to have strategic leadership in place to support any type of strategic planning that you're going to do. Pretty much everything, including prospectus or valuations for a company and how you see the next year with expected earnings for next year. All that is explained through your strategic leadership policies and your strategic planning specifically. But strategic leadership is the group of people that are leading teams through this, and this is the standard functioning of business. So some of the things that you see in situations that have no strategic leadership should be red flags. We're going to talk about those 6 things now. And if you're self-employed and you own your own business, it's very important that you focus on these items, get these, write these notes down. And if you don't have this in place at your company, you need to get it in line. So number 1 around no strategic leadership would be no shared responsibility. If you have a person that's a sole proprietor or in a role where they try to take all the responsibilities on their own shoulders and don't delegate and don't let teammates participate, there's no shared responsibility there. So that suggests no strategic leadership. That suggests that I don't trust anyone else to do the work, therefore I'm going to do it all myself. That's not a place that's going to be very successful for very long, because that's a situation where you have one person thinking they're the only asset of the business. Have this happen a lot in the medical industries, and dentists, psychologists, people that run their own practices, even chiropractors. I know a chiropractor that doesn't have someone man his front desk, so he answers the phones, he answers the doors, and he supposedly takes care of his customers and his patients. The issue with that is you're not giving anybody the appropriate attention or proper care in handling the conversations and situations with them, because you have no shared responsibility. There aren't people helping you. There's not a strategic way to handle this natural flow of business. So number 1 is no shared responsibility. Number 2 is poor planning or no planning. So when you have no strategic leadership and you're just taking it by the seat of your pants, that's what a lot of businesses do when it comes to this is how we've always done it, or they don't have processes written down, and they can't evaluate the business because there's no planning and there's no progress. So you're not learning from any mistakes. You're not doing anything to improve the future or increase the business. So poor or no planning is number 2, and that shows a total lack of strategic leadership. Number 3 is a lack of ideas and opportunities. Every business, no matter how small, no matter what customer line or what product line you serve, service or product, if you don't have any ideas on how to make the product faster or more affordable, not cheaper, you want to make it where it costs you less because you're paying attention to waste, and you take out cost out items like that. So you don't diminish the quality of the product, but you improve the quality of the process. So if you're not having those ideas and those opportunities, you have a lack of it, that's an issue, and it shows no strategic leadership. The lack of opportunities is one that screams, right? If you don't want people bought in, then don't give them an opportunity to grow and expand within your organization, and you'll lose those people very quickly. That's how that works. The 4th suggestion around no strategic leadership is if you have an ignorance around or are contrary to actual data and facts. Typically, 98% of businesses fail in the first 3 years. One of those primary reasons is theft. That's something out of your control because you haven't had proper safety procedures or proper security procedures. And safety security goes 1 and 1, because if you don't have good security around your products, you're most likely not keeping those products safe. So we're not just talking about teammate safety, we're talking about actually product safety, and from a loss control perspective. Ignorance or not knowing the data or not seeing what exists, not knowing the facts, that's a reason that businesses see a lot of loss, a lot of theft, and that's one of the primary 3 reasons businesses close. So that shows a lack or no strategic leadership. Number 5 is slow decision making. The worst decision you can make in a lot of instances is none. So make a decision, move forward, keep going, keep movement. Business moves and flows quickly. If you're not staying at the speed of the business, you're going to be outdated pretty quick. So number 5 is slow decision making. Number 6, and I'm not saying you don't take decisions to make the important right choice. You do that. You estimate, you assess, you assimilate, and once you have all that done, make the decision, move through it. But it should be a process that's fairly quick, and you should be able to vet things quickly to make the business move forward. And number 6 is closed communication. Closed should be the highlight in that word. If you're not communicating with your customers around what they expect, if you're not taking customer complaints seriously, if you're not communicating with your teams and not taking how they feel in the workplace seriously, then closed is what you'll be. Okay, so those are the 6 suggestions around no strategic leadership. All businesses are impacted by this, no matter how great or how small. Specifically, though, entrepreneurial pursuits, if you're not doing these things and you don't have some strategy and strategic planning around how you're running your business, you won't make the first 3 years. Hopefully, this has been of use to you. If it is, please like and subscribe. I'm Ben. Be good.